You're watching PowerNation.
Welcome to Dirt and Trails, the dirtiest show on PowerNation.
On this show, we take run-of-the-mill trucks, SUVs, and side-by-sides, break them down, and with our expert knowledge in fabrication and mechanics, build them back up to the most fun off-road rigs possible.
Come with us out on the trail as we take these rigs into the real world and see how they handle on some of the best trails in the country.
So I am stoked to be out here. We're out in Linville, Tennessee, out at Wooley's Off-Road Park. And yeah, can't really complain. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not at all. How's it going?
Good, good.
Good. Well, you made it here. It took you quite a while.
Came from Canada.
Must have.
Yeah. Still winter.
We got a perfect day for this. I mean, sun, no clouds, little bit of a breeze, ton of gear, and 2 completely untested trucks that need to get some miles on them.
You wanna go hit some dirt and trails then?
Let's do it.
All right.
My name's Chris Reeder. I'm the newest face to the PowerNation family, and I'm pumped to be here, to say the least. I'm gonna be bringing 20 years of experience in off-road fabrication to this new shop, Dirt and Trails, and it is going to be amazing. We have some amazing vehicles lined up for you guys this year, and I think what I'm bringing to the table is gonna complement what this guy does to a T.
And I'm Eric Smart. I'll be handling all of our mechanical work this season, engines, transmissions, axles, and all that fun stuff. But before we can get to that, we're gonna introduce you guys to the vehicles we're gonna be testing today. First, we've got an 87 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60 and a 94 F150 that's been kicking around the shop for a while that we think we've got some pretty good plans for. But before we can get these things on the trail, we gotta go pick some routes.
So we are roughly here. We parked over here. So what we're gonna do, hopefully, is come up down through here, go through Deer Valley, wrap around, and then go through Cow Skull. I'm hoping we can make it, but we will find out. I don't know why you're letting me plan the route.
Only one way to find out if it'll get us there, and we'll do just about anything to get away from all these bugs. So
Yeah.
let's get rolling.
Okay.
I guess probably should take it a little bit easy on them today. I mean, we are just baseline. I know Land Cruiser obviously is geared a little more. Oh, geez, that didn't take long.
No, it didn't. We're maybe
100 yards into the woods. All right, I'm gonna go check this out right quick.
That is definitely doable.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out because that definitely looks like the fun side, but we gotta remember these things are pretty close to stock.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the first things you want to do when picking a lane at some place like this, where you've got a couple of options, right? We've got the fun route right here, the easy route on the other side, and somewhere in the middle, we've got a couple of ruts. So we're going to start by looking at our fun side here, and we're going to get as close to the middle of it as possible because that's going to be the deepest point. So we're just going to get right about here. Now that, oh yeah. I'd say that's pretty deep. But on top of that, there's our bottom. That stuff's real soft. Now, we've got the right tires and we've got some good gears because Land Cruisers are built for this, but I don't think we got the ground clearance to get through here. So, next, we're gonna be looking at our ruts. Now, you wanna make sure you don't do that.
You're doing great, sunshine.
Ugh. Okay. You also want to make sure that the track width of the ruts matches what you're driving if you're going to try and go through them. If it doesn't match where it's narrower or wider, you're going to want to straddle it to either side. Now, if you've got other obstacles on either side, you want to err on the side of caution and go towards the side that has the easier obstacle. Now, obviously, if you're going to slide off going straddling these ruts, you're going to want to end up in that puddle instead of that one. So I think for right now, we're just going to take it easy since we're getting a baseline, and we'll just go right on through here.
We could have done that, no problem.
Nice. So how'd you get your start with off-roading?
So, growing up, off-roading was something nobody in my family did. And it wasn't until 2004 when I started combat school
that I actually started learning this is how you off-road. So honestly, the Army is where it started, because like I always loved going out into the bush. Snowmobiling was always my jam. The first thing I ever four-wheeled was a MLVW, which is the Canadian Army's version of the Deuce and a Half. Learned how to on that. Then the next one was a Coyote, which is our armored recce vehicle. Once you've been four-wheeling all over the world, it's kind of hard not to enjoy it and respect it.
Well, and the military is a great place to learn if you've never done it before, because you got a whole lot of heavy-duty equipment that you do not have to pay to fix.
You have to work on it to fix it, but I see where you're coming from. That's where I got my cut there, and that's also where it was like, welding is my next career path. And fired up my old company, and away we went.
It's getting a little messy.
Oh, soupy. It is soupy.
Oh, yeah.
Stand by to find out how well this cruiser can crawl.
Woo. Oh, man, right in the mud and the water.
You're welcome.
That's all right, I'll remember that. Man.
We're staying out of that.
Yeah, good thing we went left. Definitely want to make sure we get all this debris out of here. You want to grab that while I head up a little further?
Yeah, because that looks like a...
It looks like a good time for a not stock rig.
Exactly.
And while Chris is getting that stuff cleaned up, we're just gonna take a look at what we're dealing with here. The trail's getting a little bit rocky, so you know it's never a bad idea to hop out and work your legs a little bit, especially with an untested rig. Now, when you're dealing with rocks, you wanna look at stability for sure. That way you know if you need to be ready for one of them to slip out from underneath you and deal with a little bit of a slide. And you also wanna keep an eye on your trail edges. Now, stuff like this, that's not too big of a concern. We've got enough sidewall that one's not gonna be a problem. But you get to stuff like this, well, this one's pretty thick, so we shouldn't have to worry about it cutting the sidewall if we end up running the tire into it. But you do have to watch out for the sharp ones for sure. Now this shouldn't be too much of a problem. We should be able to get one side up and we'll just walk right over. But the only way to know that for sure is to get the rig up here and try it out. All right. Yeah, I know we said we'd go up over that, but it'd be easier and safer to just go around. Out of the way. Woo. Oh, back it up, back her down a little. Oh, wait, no.
What?
It's finally time for that tailpipe to go.
Make it happen.
You got the grinder?
It's in there somewhere.
All right, there we go. Get this out of here. Call this trail maintenance. Almost. All right, let's see if we can get her there. I think we can break it from there.
Heard you say that before.
All right. And now we have our first trail trophy. All right.
Ready?
Well, we got that out of the way, but we got a ton more debris. The rocks just get worse. And we were already starting to spin a little bit trying to get just up that. I think we've hit the limit with this thing for the day. It did a lot better than I would have expected.
Yep.
I'm pretty happy with it, but we still got a whole other rig to test out while we're out here. So I think we just back it up, turn around, and we'll just cut our losses with this one here. Go try out that Ford.
All right, cool.
All right, here, I'll back you down. Up next, we see how much fun we can have in a bone stock Ford.
Snap it around, snap it around, snap it around.
Honestly, this thing made it in here quite a bit easier than I thought it would.
It was easier than the Land Cruiser.
Yeah, I mean, it just walked right up the entrance hill. It made it up to the staging area just fine. I mean, honestly, for what is essentially a bone stock truck, I'm pretty impressed so far.
Yeah.
I mean, getting up that first hill coming in is a feat for most vehicles in stock form. Generally, I do lean a little bit more towards the GM side of the house, but really, you get old enough, Ford did not make a bad truck back in the day.
No.
You go far enough back, you get into the 90s, 80s, and prior, everybody made good, solid trucks. I mean, this is the era where trucks were still all metal. You know, they were made for work, not comfort like they are nowadays.
Yeah.
Let's see if she'll cut through here. And bump. There it is.
Snap it around, snap it around, snap it around.
Oh.
You can't drive through that.
No, let's not. Let's be smart about this. All right, back up. Well, that was a good one. There we go.
Go. Keep it. Ah! This has bad news written all over it.
All right, so we're already identifying a couple of problems with this thing. Obviously, it did not like steering itself in the mud, and I think a lot of that's gonna come down to, one, there's not enough power to break everything loose all at once.
Yeah.
Two, there's no locker front or rear, so we're
There's
working.
not even pausing.
Yeah, like as soon as we start losing traction, we're running one wheel each axle.
Yeah.
Power-wise, like we already said, it's the 300 is an amazing engine. I will be the first person to tout its glories.
It's not a high revving performance engine. It's just a straight up mule.
No, they can make decent power like we've seen before with Pat and Frankie's Turbo 300, but that's a ton of work into something like this for most people.
Yeah.
Now, as a workhorse engine, these things are perfect.
So where did you cut your teeth driving? Did you start cutting your teeth when you were a Marine, or did you start way back when?
It was, I mean, being from the Pacific Northwest, it's just kind of a given. There's no way to live out in the woods out there like I did without learning how to do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So you take logging roads to get places and dodge people with certain colored lights you don't want to see, and
Not that you would do that.
No, never. But just in case.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's just kind of a part of life around there,
Yeah.
And everybody has something or other 4x4, and there is some pretty seriously built rigs up there. Now, for me, off-roading in the Marine Corps, I was a combat engineer with a secondary in assault breacher operator, so I, modified Abrams. Anything off-road wasn't really a challenge.
I wouldn't imagine so. Let freedom ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna get through here first so we don't go dinging off these sides. Here we go.
Go. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah! Woo! There she goes.
If you can, just go up to the right.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it to the right. She started pulling herself down, so. Nope.
Oh, no. That's it.
Ah! Well, better match.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris, I'd say that's probably it.
Well, you got her stuck. Go get the cable.
Ah, man.
Start walking.
All right, so I'm going to loop this over the frame just because we don't have a legitimate tow point on the vehicle. Now,
usually what you'd do is you'd put the pin in and you'd come through and then clip on it like that, but this is just small enough that we can't close the gate. So, which is this part here, over the pin, it's just slightly too big. So what I'm gonna do, it's not the best practice, but it's not the worst either in the world. Put it all through like that. Also, when you're using shackles, this part here, make sure it's rated for your vehicle and it's the spin-on type, not the one with the cotter pin. All right, well, let's give this a go.
Good? Come on, baby. Yeah! That worked beautifully.
You know we just like got out of that by the skin of our teeth, right?
We did, and by the smell of it, we toasted the hell out of that belt. But that's a problem for later. We got this thing unstuck, so I think it's pretty safe to say we found its limit. She doesn't like mud, she climbs okay, and it needs more of, I mean, really everything. Power, tire, gear,
Driver.
Okay now. Hey.
I got out, I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, all right.
Head back to the shop.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yes,
and then head back to the shop.
please, for the love of God, I need some food. All right, let's
Fat
get this
kid's
thing
gotta
unhooked and get out of here.
Coming up, once we get back to the shop, we are gonna start throwing some heavy duty parts at this 94 F-150. All right, now that we're back from Woolies, the work's gonna start. We got a lot of big plans for this truck and we need to make miles, plain and simple. So, Eric, you wanna walk us through what we're doing today?
Well, I think it's gonna be easiest if we get started taking all the body panels off. Everything but the cab's coming off this frame, and that'll give us a lot easier access to get the drivetrain and suspension out once we get it up on the lift. So I think that's a good place to start.
All right, cool. Pop the hood.
All right. So now that we've got the grill out of the way, I'm gonna move on and keep getting all of the front clip torn off, starting with these lights and bezels. Hey, Chris, a lot of this stuff's in pretty good shape, so try to be careful taking it apart, will you?
All right, no problem. Have you seen my 10 mil?
I have not.
I don't believe you.
You know, it's one thing I don't understand about these OBS trucks is why this part had to be so complicated to take apart.
Oh, there you go. Push it my way.
All right.
There you go. Take it,
Sweet.
take it.
I got it.
So these two bolts here, the captured nut on the backside has broken loose. So all they do is they just free spin. My hands are too big to get underneath with a wrench to actually clamp onto it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the brackets that hold it in to the fender as well as the core support, undoing those. So I'm gonna take it all out as one unit. Okay, so this is what I was fighting with. This is the clip that I was talking about, okay? You can see a little piece over here. Part of it, this little strip that's no longer existent, and the same over here, decided to find a new home somewhere between here and Michigan, so it's out now. Anyway, moving on.
Chris, I'm gonna crack this bumper loose real quick. Just watch your toes.
Ready?
Yep. Careful, don't scratch it. It's still nice and shiny.
It's because you haven't gotten into it.
All right, off we go.
How about a competition?
Competition?
Yeah. Whoever gets the fender off first.
What are we playing for?
10 mil socket. You just give me mine back. How
I
about
don't know
that?
what you're talking about, but okay.
Oh no. This is gonna get tighter until it gets loose.
There you are.
Time.
Yeah,
Come on, buddy.
But now, who's sweating and breathing heavy and who's just chilling?
Hey man, I won.
Okay, windows down. So that wasn't bad for what we got accomplished today. I can't complain.
No.
I mean,
no, not at all.
we got the truck stripped down, the box is off, ready to go, and we are getting so much closer to dropping this 600 horsepower-ish 460 under this hood. After that, I mean, we got so much we want to do. I'll just run through real quick.
Yeah, I think so. So on top of adding this big block under the hood, we mentioned wanting to make sure that this was as old school as possible, just kind of get back to the roots of American 4x4. So we're gonna do a little bit of custom stuff on the interior. We'll get to that later on. I think style-wise, we can't go wrong with throwing a big chrome triple-double roll bar in the bed. Obviously, we're gonna have to upgrade these axles. We got a custom 9-inch outside we still gotta bring in. Go ahead and take this fuel tank out, put a fuel cell in the bed for safety.
Then when it comes to the suspension department, we are going to be running with a 6-inch lift, 35-inch tires, and they are going to be chunky. You're going to hear this thing coming from a mile away. It's going to sound like a World War II fighter plane. It's going to be great.
And I don't know about you, but I am itching to get started on this thing.
So am I. But we need to call it somewhere for today, so let's call it right there.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
Yeah. All right then. Well, we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah.
Cheers.
See you next time.